Moral of the way is leading by an example. You do exemplary things, hoping others will follow in your footsteps. It is proven by the Social Science Research Network, 65% of the U.S. population are visual learners. This is why it is so important to model the way. Over half of our population learns from seeing examples. Therefore, if you lead the way, more people are more likely to follow in your footsteps. I know that modeling the way is very important because I have learned from this way a numerous amount of times in my life. I have been a member of my school's cross-country and track team for almost 6 years now. I remember whenever I first began running, I looked up to the older teammates. I watched what they were doing and followed in their footsteps. I remember specifically seeing how hard the older teammates worked and the accomplishments they made because of it. It encouraged me to work my hardest every single day so I could be just like them whenever I got older. The older teammates were always very encouraging and motivated us to try our best, not only at every meet, but at every practice too. They taught me when times get hard to keep striving to be better. Now I realize that I am in the same position the younger teammates look up to, and I hope to be just as encouraging and helpful as the older girls were to me whenever I was a younger member of my team. Now on my team, I notice that some of the younger girls mimic what we do and look up to us. That is why I try so hard to be a positive leader, because I know that if I am being positive or negative, my emotions that I exhibit will influence the younger teammates of my team. And I want the younger teammates to have a memorable time at practice and at meets, just like I had, instead of dreading it. Another example from my life where I learned from seeing what others were doing is in my very own family. My mother had came from a less fortunate situation. As soon as she got out of high school, she worked a full-time job along while being a student in order to get her associate's degree in nursing. Many years later, she returned to school to obtain her bachelor's degree while working a full-time job and being a mother of two. This inspires me to work my hardest in every single thing I do because she worked so hard to make sure my sister and I would have a good life. And one day, I hope to be as good of a mother and hard worker as she is today. I have learned an enormous amount of things just by watching her over the years. My mother is a very intuitive, compassionate, and dedicated person, and she motivates me to also be this way in every single thing I do. Both of these reasons, and many more, are why I believe it is so important to model the way. Not only have I experienced myself how modeling the way has affected me, but it is proven that over half of Americans learn from seeing. And if we all model the way positively, we will be able to teach future generations a multitude of things and make this world a more positive place. Thank you for listening.